line, all right, from the scriptures. First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praise to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Rakakadash.
and of course, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Charles Samant, and Rule Wells in the ministry. The Amant in the truth. All right, and as you know, man, a lot of things are going on. You have, all right, this thing, you have information coming out more about, about December 13th or the 23rd, the form of currency is going to be made digital. All cash, all credit cards, all things of that nature will be done away with. They also have the thing going on with the Safety Act, where certain charges of like second-degree murder, basically high offense crimes are basically not going to be detained for. So that's going to start what? Lawlessness. That's going to start chaos within the streets. And eventually Esau is going to have to combat that with military power. That's going to start what? Martial law. So all of these things are happening now, coming into effect now. All right, so prophecy could be fulfilled in the soon future, man. By winter time, man, shit going to really get hectic. All right, everybody's life is going to change on a vast level and at a quick pace too, man. And this is all letting you know that Yahweh Shai is on his way back soon, But you got that article up? Yeah, this is where from it's okay. 975. It says, be charged with these crimes in 2023, and Illinois won't detain you. Does the Illinois Safety Act just give perks to criminals? Critics say yes. Here's what you need to know about the state new criminal justice reform law. Right, it is right now. It's just talking about Illinois, right? So that's going to be a trickle effect. It's going to quickly move over to other states, and that's going to spread. The other states are going to start, tagging along, doing the same thing. It says, here's everything you need to know about the controversial. Here's everything you need to know about the controversial new law that goes into effect on January 1st, 2023. Right. That's going to be what? The new year. But before the new year starts, he's already putting this plan away. That he's about to switch the currency, man. All right. So you're going to have lawlessness going on in Illinois alone just off that new law being passed. Then on top of that, the currency is going to be changed. So now people have to make adjustments to a new lifestyle.
But you remember in the movie Purge, they was pretty much given a certain time period or amount for everybody to do whatever they wanted to do. You know what I mean? In a matter of hours. Which is this looking very much like that, man. 40, what did we say, 40-something hours? Like the brothers going into that give them just enough time to go ahead and go to the next city or somewhere where they
48. But letting you know, man, that this winter shit really about to start changing, man. This winter is going to be a harsh and tough winter.
Yeah. Read an article a couple of weeks ago that Russia was talking about cutting resources off Ukraine is doing. Ukraine already getting their ass whooped over there. They cut the resources off. It's going to get even worse. Right.
Like that little article that says London might be facing one of the worst countries in history. Global thing, this trouble. Global. So it's the middle state.
That's another thing to add to it. The queen is dead.
Oh yeah.
The queen is dead. Right? That's big for the UK because they worship that woman. And on top of that, the brother was talking about her face and all the dollar bills. It was like, what I'm saying, earlier I uploaded a video of the group going into that. How that's going to affect the economy because they're not going to print a whole bunch of bills with the king on it. And so that's a way they can issue in the currency system. You know what I'm saying? So on top of that, what happens in the UK, it happens there first, and then it comes to the Americans, man. So everything that's going on over there is going to trickle down.
Then you got more information coming out on this devil and these different, rich families and these big higher up elites with money, how they basically funding these funding for bunkers and shit like that, man. Where they're preparing to what? They're preparing to hide themselves from a global event that's going to take place, man. So the information is out there. Everything is out there, man. It's just about you preparing for the nation of Israel to prepare by turning back to the Lord, man.
And what he say? He said, not if, but when. Like
Right.
he said, when the event takes place. He called it, one of the billionaires called it the event.
It says criminal justice reform law is the elimination of cash bail for anyone charged with any of the close to a dozen crimes that are now classified as under this new law. If you are charged
non-detainable offenses.
non-detainable offenses, right? That's the under this new law, if you are charged with any crime on the list below, you will be able to be released without bail, pending to a court date. It's very difficult to see any of the good in the Safety Act when you see some of the violent crimes that are now classified as non-detainable.
Right, and in the article it said it's hard to see any good of this Safety Act. So why is it being established? If it's no good, why is it being established? Why is it being a law that now if you commit a heinous crime that's non-detainable and you can be released without bail, man. If a
I
brother
was
can,
about to go into some of the offenses. It's about to name the number of the offenses that you can't be detained for. It says the first one is aggravated battery, aggravated DUI, aggravated fleeing, arson, burglary, drug-induced homicide, intimidation, kidnapping, robbery, second-degree murder, threatening a public official.
so all of these things that's about to be non-detainable, and if you are put in custody, you can be released without bail. These motherfuckers put right back in the street, man.
Right. And it said threatening of public officials. And it's going to say that they shall not regard their case of person.
Right. But to have aggravated battery, which what? You're gonna have invasions of home, people invading one another, right? Which that's in the scriptures. You're gonna grab that, Lord willing. They say arson. So people what? This Yahweh shall say what? That I come to send fire, but will the fire already be kindled? This place gonna be on fire before Yahweh shall even come back, man. Before the nukes come, this place gonna be getting burnt, rioting, right, polluting. All type of shit gonna be going on within the streets. Why? Because these different crimes Esau is allowing people to do based off of that Safety Act. Esau is literally establishing lawlessness to the point where he's going to induce what? Martial law. Right? All this order out of chaos. Man. This is all a plot, a plan of Esau's breaking down society to build his new world order.
And yeah, because like an ad case, like the scripture said, Romans 9, you know what I'm saying? You're going to do something you did to Pharaoh. Basically, the higher the Lord, the harder you fall. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the Lord allowed the society to be built up with the highest status, so it can fall the hardest, man. You know what I'm saying? And these people, that's why I tell you, these European surprise the hypocrites, because these people, it's not going to expect what's about to come, man. Even though they can see it, man. It's going to F everybody up, man. And we saw a glimpse of that when the tsunami first hit, man. You know, you got to read it.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 6. How ye, for the day of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
It says, how ye, right? When you're howling, that means what? You're experiencing pain. You're basically expressing, you're expressing pain, hurt, or distress by way of wailing, letting you know that the day of the Lord is about to be terrible, man.
Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
Right, and everybody gonna be afraid. Why? Because there's gonna be spirits out here hopping on people doing things that hasn't been done on earth before. Cannibalism is gonna be a thing that's gonna be popular in the earth again, right? Death is gonna be popular in the earth again. People are gonna be what? Robbing, raping, and killing, publicly, openly, man. Right? That's gonna be the new way of life. In order to survive, you have to kill, man. You have to steal. You have to cheat. You have to, basically become the animal that Esau has basically transformed you to be, right? Yeah. You've been living a life that's luxurious all your life. You've been pampered. Esau got you living off him. When you take all those things away, man, you're gonna resort to what? Anything to live, man.
Right, and like you said, the animal that is devil wants you to be, because his rulership is based on order of Caleb. He wants all. That's why you see these stupid. What type of law is that, man? These crazy ass laws coming into place because he won't all hell to break loose so that he can create the problem and then create the solution as well.
See, that's the difference between animals and humans. Humans have laws.
Right.
Animals don't have laws.
Right. They go off instinct. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gave us laws to induce what? Order. But once those laws are taken away, just like that Safety Act, it's basically allowing you, giving you license to commit these different crimes, man. So that's gonna make people, people already doing the shit already. Right. People don't give a fuck. They're not regarding if they gonna be thrown in jail. They can give. That's in the care if your family grieves, but however that retaliation gonna fall back on them. So how much more if you just giving them license to sin, man?
Because in that setting, he getting them. That law is for the setting to come. Because in a setting where you can't really go to work and make the amount of money because or you can't really buy like you used to because of inflation and all these things. Hey, what you think is gonna happen at a time where inflation is on the fucking roof where you can't normally purchase how you normally purchase it now, and you can actually break the law without getting in trouble for the next couple hours.
Yeah, bro, we seeing that now. A lot of these flashy crowds.
Yeah,
it's everywhere with no mask on.
China is real big in China. They putting a focus on China where all of this shit is really happening. Where a lot of the people down there are literally bugging the fuck out, losing their minds, man. Why? Because they literally have a lack of resources down there. And then not only that, but the pollution level is very high. The sewage is bad, right? The different purifying systems for clean water, that shit is struggling, right? So everything is basically like the civilians are getting a low degree of sanitation, of maintenance within their everyday city and society, man. So what they gonna do? They gonna bug the hell out.
They already doing it now.
Luke chapter 23 and verse 31. For if they do these things in a green tree, what shall be done in the dry?
Right. So right now it's the green tree, right? Where everything's plentiful. You're able to go to your superstore markets and buy and sell without, basically any bad confrontation. You able to take money out the bank and still spend your cash without it being taxed, doing certain shit, make extra money on the side, all stuff like that. So that would be the green tree. But when everything runs dry, when there's a famine in the land, you can't feed yourself and you can't feed your family. So now you have to make a decision whether it's either me or my children, or you have to resort to cannibalism in order to satisfy your flesh. That's when shit's going to really get real, man.
Like this, everybody on earth got a chance to go to work and get some money. Everybody go to work and got a chance to work and get some food. When it ain't like that, what you think people gonna do? You still gonna have people that got. There's gonna be more people that don't.
Right. And then people are gonna look at their neighbor and they're gonna remember certain shit. Well, I remember, Mr. Jones up the street, he got that big ass pantry, right, full of all different goods and snacks and water. I know that nigga Jody down the street got heavy artillery. And this guy and the third, they're gonna invade one another, man. People are literally going to resort to it's either me or them. It's either eat or be eaten. So that's what it's going to be. And niggas already have that mentality, man. All right. So when the Lord actually puts these different prophecies in effect by way of Esau passing laws, by way of Esau, moving the way he moving, coming down with great wrath. Shit is going to get way more chaotic than how it is now.
So, this is Second Ezra, chapter 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Right, and not too long ago, niggas was getting stimulus checks, right? And when they was getting them stimulus checks, it seemed like they dropped the prices on a lot of things. But now that stimulus, that COVID is over, and niggas ain't got no stimulus no more, niggas is doing silent quits and shit like that. So the victuals being good and cheap is no longer here. Gas prices raised up. The prices on meat is being raised up. But not only is the prices on meat being increased, the grade and the level of the meat is decreasing, man. So that people get smaller portions of food. Right, the shrinkflation, you get a smaller portion of food that's paying more for it. Then that small portion of food is spoils quick or it's already fucking spoiled.
Oh, you think that's true?
Right,
You gotta get home like 2 days later, everything. Oh, you gotta order some food.
and the people
Cat, you can go to the store. Today is the 10th, and you go and buy some milk for milk. Fucking expiration date for 2 weeks from now.
They put additives and shit like that, preservatives. And then like when it's the meat, they put like dye, like red dye, like to make the meat look brown meat, all that look fresh.
It's 2 Ezra 16:21. Behold, victuals should be so good and cheap. Hey, that's crazy because they also put glue on the snakes and stuff. Yeah, like they do it when the meat be like this thick in the store. That's 2 different meats stuck together.
Yeah,
They glue between them. That's what that slime is.
Because a lot of chicken, man, when you buy chicken, check that shit, man. Because they be adding pork, they be adding different meat to the shit.
So it says, behold, victuals should be so good and cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evil dwell upon earth, still famine and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall destroy.
That's right. So the Lord is going to send these different plagues. Not only is going to send them, but they're going to be increased, man. Right? They're going to be what's the word I'm looking for? Intensified. Water. They're going to be intensified to the point, man, where you have to choose your destruction, man. And you can't even choose your destruction. It's like that's just your fate. Jeremiah the 15th chapter, that's for captivity. To captivity, that's for the sword to the sword. That's for the family to the family. So all around you is going to be nothing but fucking destruction and judgment. Everywhere you go is going to be judgment. And there's not going to be any source of relief. There's not going to be any break, so to speak, or I can finally catch a break. No, man. Amos, what's that?
Wow.
Yeah, go ahead. You got that. Go ahead.
It's Amos 5 and 18.
I got that right here. That's the spirit.
It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. What end is it for you?
Right, because it's this false ass facade that's going around where everybody thinks the day of the Lord is going to be a day where everyone gets delivered. Right? Everybody is stuck to Christianity, bugged out off that Christianity juice. And now it's this doctrine now where the day of the Lord is a beautiful time period where the Lord is going to come back and deliver everybody, then the end gonna come. If the Lord gonna rapture his people, then the end gonna come. Oh man, because in the scriptures, I believe, what, 2 Peter 4 chapter, it says that judgment shall start at the house of Israel, and basically the elect will scarcely be saved. So if the righteous scarcely be saved, how much more? It's the 4th chapter. Yeah,
First Peter.
All right, first, second. You got it, bro. It's a lot.
It says, what end is it for you? Day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him.
Right. Because that's another thing, man. And you just had an article that it was wolves wolves escaping from the zoos and shit like that. And that's here in Cleveland.
Spirit, because I was going to take my children to the zoo. And then go to the zoo. Wolf of the night. So that's what made me not do it, but it's funny. I heard it in my spirit.
And then you got, now I'm starting to see foxes running around and shit like that. So right? Because you got to remember, these animals being oppressed too, man. So they going to be out here having a field day with you niggas, man. The Lord talked about how the Lord basically put the spirit of vengeance upon these animals. Beasts that niggas haven't even seen before. You got newly created beasts, right? Different animals that the Lord had, that he had created that Jacob never seen before. The Lord made it out of the cut. Then you got Esau going to fuck off splicing genes, creating different animals and shit like that, man. So this is literally the terror of the Lord coming to judge you people for the wickedness y'all been doing because of y'all carelessness, man.
Yeah, because when in the zoo, once all those shots and different, we're all it's a wrap, man.
That's the spirit, because me and that brother Paul, we went to go see that movie Beast with Idris Elba in it, right? And one scene had it to where he was, he had shot the animal, he had shot the lion with a bank tranquilizer with the water, and basically that shit ain't even put him down, man. He walked off, limping off a little bit, but he didn't even go to sleep or nothing. He literally came back like 3 hours later in his full strength.
And that's the spirit. Because I saw a scene that lion was trying to get his ass. Right, that lion was all like,
Right.
He was in the truck. Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're gonna be in a different spirit. And they're gonna be, the Lord's gonna intensify their spirit. The Lord's gonna intensify their spirit. That's like everything else. Everything's gonna be at a higher degree. You know what I'm saying? Then the Lord's like, the main thing is gonna cause that is the lack of, you know what I'm saying? The reason why your pet dog is gonna, you know what I'm saying, eat its owner and shit like that.
If I can add, it's spiritual too, because different animals represent different perils that we gotta go through. So the same ferocity and the same, intensity as a lion, it can come in the form of hunger. You ain't ate in 6 days and somebody broke into your house. Right. Like, you weak as a man, you gotta defend that shit. Like, if you're not a man of the Lord, then it's tough shit. That's what it is. Unless the Lord, save you to the end, or he can work destruction back. But continue on, it says, as if the man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
Right. So Jake don't know the different characters of these animals, man. Jake don't know the different spirits of these animals. How to basically, if you get bit by a snake, how to remove the poison and shit like that. That's wisdom, right? How to basically tame a lion and different type of mind games you can play with animals. Hey man, the Lord literally gave us power over the animals of the earth. We lost that power due to our fall of our state, right? Because we went off. But the Lord is going to restore that power back into the earth, man. It's true men of the Lord. That order is going to be restored back into those men to be able to have control over these animals, dominion over the animals. The Lord gave it to Noah. The Lord gave it to Adam, right? So why don't we give it to his men in that day when it's going to be all out hell, a time worse than the time of Noah, man? I'm going to get power to train over sport. That's not the attention.
They want to look to it. So I got a quick one. This is Wisdom Solomon 9 verse 1. It says, "O Yahweh of my fathers and Lord of mercy, who has made all things with thy word and ordained men through thy wisdom, that he should have dominion over the creatures which thou hast made." It says, "and ordained men through thy wisdom."
Ordained men through the wisdom of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Right? So to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, the order of the scriptures, that's wisdom that the Lord is going to give you that power to have dominion over the creatures.
It says that he should have dominion over the creatures which thou hast made, and order the world according to equity and righteousness, and execute judgment with the upright heart.
Right. So the Lord is going to use his spirits to execute righteous judgment. So those men that do have that upright heart, those are going to be men. They're also going to be executing judgment, but they're going to be spared from the judgment as well. They're going to be delivered from these different atrocities that's happened to you every day, Joe Smo, so to speak. Different women who want to, go ahead.
Job chapter 5, when I started 22, it says, "And destruction and famine thou shalt laugh." All right, started 19. Job 5 and 19, "He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yet in 7 there shall no evil touch thee."
Those 6 trumpets also go into what? 6 vials. The book of Revelation. 6 trumpets with 7 trumps. Those 7 vials. Those judgments that's going to be issued out. Which the number 7 represents completion. Man. So all of these judgments is going to be the completion of this society downfall and the upbringing of a righteous kingdom.
That's why I say, bring that verse back over. This is Job chapter 5, verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Right. So in the midst of us, you know what I'm saying, basically catching hell, that 7th trumpet basically represents the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? He said the 7th trumpet, what? In 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Right, you know what I'm saying? That's why, you know what I mean, that's basically us in the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's going to be the obliteration of this place. And then the obliteration of this place is going to come through via nuclear missiles, World War III. And then the elect is going to be getting delivered on chariots simultaneously while missiles is raining down on this place. And when brothers get on that chariot, that's how you know that you the other elect, man. You know, none of us know we are the elect. That's why we say the hopeful elect hunger. But when brothers get delivered in that 7th trump, that's the start in the beginning of the kingdom of heaven.
Because when you didn't finish that verse, right? Yeah, I like to precept that.
You got a precept for that verse?
Yeah.
You grab that.
All right. This is Revelation 15:1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous. 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And I saw as it were a sea of glass, mingled with fire, and them that have gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of the name, stand on the seat of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
So I can read that first over again. That first part of that verse.
Revelation 15:1. Revelation 15:1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues.
Right, and them 7 last plagues consist of a multitude of things. Right? The 7 last plagues consist of famine, that's a plague. Right? The beast of the earth, that's a plague. You know, Esau coming down with the sword, that's a plague. Martial law, you know, diseases, right? On top of that, you're going to have mass diseases out here. That's a plague. A sword, that's a plague. Being in them martial law concentration camp, that's a plague. Then on top of that, you got what? The nuclear missiles. And what's that? Zechariah the 14th chapter. Yeah, it talks about this is the plague that shall, you know, take all those that fought against Israel. So those nuclear missiles, the plague as well, that's gonna come down upon all those who join hand in hand with this beast system that took that chimpanzee, right? Because while you couldn't survive, or you couldn't have put your faith in Yahweh Shem Shah, the true Lord of power, when the currency was switched to digital, which is about to be instituted pretty soon here, man.
That's why Revelation 7 chapter says, "We're holding back the 4 kings for the earth
to the next." Because that's another thing. This word, that's good. The elect got to see this gospel has to be preached to the whole world to seal the elect. Once the elect is sealed, the Lord is going to let it rip, man. These prophecies are going to come and overtake you. The prophecy is going to overtake people. Got it, Art.
That judgment, man. They're gonna be beamed up when that 67 that last plague, which is the ICBM missiles, hit the shores of America, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is going into. This is Revelation 15:1. And I saw another angel. I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is built up the wrath of the Most High.
Right. The Lord is showing his judgment through his anger. The scriptures say that the Lord is angry with the wicked every day, man. All right? And then the wicked has spread amongst the nation of Israel and has totally fucking destroyed the nation. You niggas so wicked that the Lord is about to put y'all to death. All right? the nation of Israel is so wicked that he got to bring his beloved elect man through this shit as well. And they going to scarcely make it. That's how bad and angry the Lord, that's how angry the Lord is mad at his people. Shit, the Lord get angry with us. That's why we got to go through these things. But the compassion and the mercy of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushua is so great that he's going to give us a chance to deliver ourselves, man. Not deliver ourselves, but he's giving us a chance to make it right through Yahweh Shah. You know, by the preaching of the word, the keeping of the commandments, the gift of faith, you know, the gift of being brotherly, showing arms. That's going to, all those things is going to be your escape out of this judgment, man. But everybody else, man, it's over with y'all, man, because the Lord is angry. This is going to pacify the Lord's wrath. It's judgment.
That just goes into Zechariah, the 2/3 scripture, because it says 2/3 in 2 parts will be cut off and die, but I will bring the 3rd part through the fire. So the electors gonna go through the fire too. The only thing is they gonna make it out.
Exactly. Yeah. This is yeah, right, because we're going to the Lord willing we that number, and they just going through the fire now, man. So that when the red fire comes, they're not going to experience that. You know what I'm saying? They all of see, we gotta see, we going like you said, bro, we're gonna have to go through like the famine and martial law and all that. That's the fire for the elect. Right? The 2/3 for the physical fire. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing we're part of it. Now you're not gonna have to feel the burn on this side. But we're already doing it now. We're in the process of being purged now. The elect, the reason why they got to go through that fire is because they got to get purged, but they just got to get the physical purged because they didn't do it in the spirit. It says, Revelation, continue, and I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
That sea of glass talking about the aerial point of view from the chariots looking down on the American, right? Because this place is going to be a lake of fire. When the Lord gets done with the lake of fire, that's not talking about you going to a place called hell where you burn for eternity and the devil is there judging. No, that's not what that is. The lake of fire is giving you an aerial point of view of how America's going to look once this place is destroyed. But those men that's going to be on them chariots, those are going to be men that are going to be delivered, or going to be of those men that's going to be delivered. Why? Because they didn't bow the knee to Esau and his chimpanzee, right? They didn't lose faith when there wasn't no food for to eat. You know, they called on the name of the Lord when all hell broke loose. They sacrificed their life and sacrificed, you know, everything that they had for Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushua, man. We lose everything on this side to gain Yahushua. You lose your family, you know what I'm saying? You lose carnal possessions. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is literally about to strip everybody of everything. So the only thing we're going to have is our faith in Yahweh Shai, man.
That's why the Lord will deliver us. There's Job 5:19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yet in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
Right. Because the Lord will put the spirit on the elect to be hard. Right? The things that the elect going to go through, they're going to be numb to it, man. That's why the Lord is putting us through these things now. The Lord is training us to endure the shit that's about to go down the fight, man.
It's not. 21 again. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
See, the Lord is going to have a spiritual hedge over his men as well. The wisdom is literally going to protect the men of the Lord. The scriptures say wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. And when you're going in that word stability, it goes in the word faith. So the wisdom and knowledge is going to keep you stable. All right. In the day of beast of the field, right? Yeah, come on.
At destruction and famine, but also be
at destruction and famine. That's what's going to keep you stable in the time of destruction and famine. This wisdom and knowledge that we have and the faith that we possess in the ministry, man.
Job 5:22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
It says that destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. What's that scripture in Proverbs, 1st chapter? Where it say, yeah, the Lord said he will mock and laugh at your calamity when it comes. Why? How you gonna do that? He gonna do it. He gonna do that through his men. And then the thing is, the comical part about it is that the Lord, first and foremost, the apostles and elders, of course, the men of the Lord have been preaching and warning you about this thing for ages, man. All right, starting with our apostles and elders, and you people didn't take heed. You people laughed and mocked. You people, shook the shoulder and, basically wagged the head and hissed. Y'all scoffed, y'all mocked, y'all laughed, y'all didn't believe. So the comical part about it is that when the shit actually comes down the pipe and come to pass, you people gonna want to submit. That's the comical part about it, man. You've been living in wickedness your whole life. You've been warned about the time that's about to come to pass, and that how you should change your life. The different lies you've been taught from your youth, how all of that is wrong, and this is the true way to go, this is the true truth. But then you reject it. So when the truth actually blatantly is in your face, and now you in a dire situation, now you want to come back crying and you want to repent, now you want to be saved. That's the comical part about it. It's the important.
23, it says, thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee.
So we're going to be in league not only with the beasts of the field, but with the earth itself, man. We're going to know different things just through the spirit. Different things about, the nature, earth, different greenery. Like, for example, like that grass where the brothers at, how to cleanse water, purify water, where the grass where the brothers are standing at, you got wild lettuce. That's edible, right? You can eat that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got to clean it, but you have to be able to differentiate, is this wild lettuce or is this a poisonous plant that can be harmful to my health? See, the Lord is going to give us that wisdom and knowledge to be able to have that spiritual discernment, to know what's beneficial, what's not beneficial, what we can do, what we can't do. That's how we're going to be in league with the earth. That's how we're going to be in league with the beast of the field.
This Proverbs chapter 2 and 8. I'm going to get to the point. Proverbs 2 and 10. When wisdom enter into thy heart and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, man.
Discretion is being able to know what's good, what's not good, right? What's wise and what's not wise. So wisdom, when wisdom enters into the souls, that's you getting the understanding of the knowledge of the scripture. You having the understanding of righteousness. And when you have that, now you can be able to differentiate, all right, this is right, this is wrong. Now you can give out judgment.
In a literal sense, that word discretion, so, obviously secrecy, but it also means choice. Like, your discretion is implied. You do this at your own discretion. The choice you make in that day is literally, for the spirit of life and death.
Even if you are a man of the Lord, though, because it's a testimony in the Old Testament where it was a prophet of the Lord. He was a prophet of the Lord. The Lord demanded him to do a certain task. And then you had another prophet who was also a true prophet of the Lord. So no, I don't do that. In the book of Kings,
He had the lion kill him.
and the lion slayed him. He was a man of the Lord, but a lion slayed him, man. All because of obedience, man.
He told him, when you go on the path, don't salute nobody like this. You know what I'm saying?
Go there. Yeah. That lets you know that that's his discretion. And then we already walking on thin ice with the Lord. How about Shah? So we really got to be on point, especially in the times that we're coming in. It's gonna borrow another one.
Oh, that's it.
Did you finish that, Joel? Finish something.
Isaiah chapter 13. And,
Converse 8.
8. They shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
When a woman travailing, the first thing you think about is a woman giving birth. That's the most painful thing that a woman can ever experience. But periods, right? Giving birth is a painful thing to a woman because there are after effects and there's effects before you actually give birth. Not to mention the actual pain of pushing out a whole human out of your body. So the Lord is comparing that pain to the time that the Lord is about to bring the whole nation of Israel. Because the nation of Israel is a woman to the Heavenly Father. right? So if the Lord is our husband and we transgress, what the Lord gonna do? He gonna put us away as a nation, just like how you would do a physical woman. And this is the Lord basically judging us for the wickedness that we've done.
They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flame.
Right? They're gonna be dismayed at all of it. Why? Because this is something so far beyond what they imagine. They've been soaking up all this different, philosophies and shit from Esau that.
Jeremiah chapter 4:19. It says, my vows, I am pained at my very heart. My heart maketh a noise in me. I cannot hold my peace because thou hast heard of my soul, the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war.
Right, and that's what we are. We're the sound of the trumpet. We're the alarm of war. And the reason Jeremiah felt that way is because he knew the times that was going to come to pass, man. He literally saw the visions of this place going to be destroyed, and in the time where he was living, the Babylonian captivity. So taking in all that information and all of that, that's a whole lot. That's a heavy burden, so to speak. Yeah, come. And then to go out and warn the people, and the people, not believing you, not fucking listening. But the Lord said, no, don't stop. You got to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
It's spiritual. They say that because the word burden, when you go into it, it means prophecy. Burden, prophecy, and vision, it all be the same thing. Look it up. I can say the burden, and all that. Burden, you know what I'm saying? You look that word up, and it goes to prophecy and vision. You know what I'm saying? So it is a burden that we have. You know what I'm saying? But that's another burden. It's a little bit more. Back in Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 20, it says, destruction upon destruction is cried, for the whole land is spoiled. It says, suddenly are my tents spoiled and my curtains in a moment. It says, how long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sod as children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. I just want to speak on that briefly. It's like, and that's the thing with Jake, man. Like we tell him, like Jake wise to do some wicked stuff, but when it comes to doing the will of the Lord or taking heed to the prophets that the Lord sent out there, they don't want nothing to do with it, man. You know what I'm saying? So when all hell starts breaking forward, I'm saying black things happening right now, but once more hell start coming, like the Lord, basically he's gonna tell you to run to one of the guys, man, and say, pray to them. That's what they can say, man. Like I speak about in these chapters, I believe it's the second chapter, the third chapter, where he said, one of those guys, man, they can say, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake has a thing where they like to treat the Lord like a genie, man. You know what I'm saying? Whenever something bad happens, they run to the Lord. But then, you know what I'm saying, or when something good happens, they like to give praise to the Lord. But nonetheless, man, they treat the Lord like I said, like a genie, man.
You stay in that bottle water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as soon as the shit go down, then you want to come try to open the bottle and drench over and all that shit. But can you read that last part? Can you grab that 10 first?
Yeah.
It says, that rebellion, they shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flame.
Now, this is why they're going to be amazed. This is why they're going to be dismayed.
In verse 10, back in Jeremiah 4:10, then said I, Lord Yahweh, surely thou hast greatly deceived this people and Jerusalem, saying, ye shall have peace, whereas the sword reacheth unto the soul.
Y'all been deceived, man. Y'all been deceived, right? The Lord put the spirit of deception on this stuff. Because y'all believing in Esau, trusting in Esau, thinking peace, peace, peace. That this devil gonna protect y'all, that his laws gonna protect y'all, that the medicine that he prescribes is gonna heal you, that the food that he prescribed is gonna fill your bellies, man. So when all of that shit go down, when all of that shit is taken away from you, and the Lord said, but the sword reaches unto the soul, man. So that's why y'all gonna be looking all amazed and dismayed and why is this happening? In the state of confusion, Because you've been deceived that Esau is going to take care of these things, man.
That's a limitation. You know what I'm saying? We trust in people that cannot save us. You know what I'm saying? And then that's Jake's freedom, man. Jake trusted in a nation that cannot save you, man. This man has put in countless proposals before you. He said he's gonna do this, he said he's gonna do that. Every 4 years when the election comes around, they get either that same president or the new president there. You know what I'm saying? They tell you, they give you all these proposals that they're gonna do and all that. And they don't fulfill none of them, man. That's called rhetoric, man. That's the same old BS that they've been spewing to the tribes, man. And then you know, they just sent a couple million or billion to Ukraine, you know what I'm saying, and then other areas of the earth. But then when you look at the situation in Mississippi, Jacksonville, Mississippi, near the border, man, where's the aid at? Where's
That's
the
in
aid
your
at?
own country, man.
Yeah.
But you hear is you're trying to fund, you know, Ukraine's cause and put it in Ukraine's help. If you was really aiding Ukraine like that, that shit would have never even happened, man. You got your
Second Ezra 9 and 9. Then should they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully should dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loved my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death or pain.
Lord, man. Oh, no. See, the Lord allowed you niggas to have the things y'all wanted. Niggas want to smoke weed, the Lord gave you the bag. Niggas want to sell drugs, the Lord gave you the money. Niggas want to murder and kill your brother, and you want to build a rap career off of that alone. The Lord gave you that shit, man. You received your cancellation, right? So when the Lord come with that judgment, and all your sins start to, come back and bite you in the ass, because the wages of sin is death. The payment for your sins is death. Let alone the shit you did in your past life, and you ain't repented for none of the shit. You know what I'm saying? So all of that stuff is gonna build up upon you, man. And the Lord knows how to torment your soul. The Lord knows what you're scared of. The Lord knows how shit will fuck with your mental. The Lord, He created you. He knows your ins and outs. So the Lord can literally terrorize your ass, man, to the point where you wish you was dead, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
It's a terrible thing to put in.
So you people gonna be looking very pitiful in the day that's about to approach, man. You know what I'm saying? You people gonna be looking very pitiful. You got that word?
Yeah. That's pitiful. It's from ab1611.com. If you want to know the website. It says pitiful. It says KJV dictionary definition. Pity. It says pitiful. It says full of pity, tender, compassion, having a heart that you feel sorrow and empathy for the distress, miserable, moving compassion, as a sight most pitiful, a pitiful condition. I mean, that's
Right, people gonna be miserable because it's like two senses of pitiful. You got the compassion, like the scripture talk about how the Lord is pitiful, and that means like the Lord is compassionate. You know, He's great in mercy. You know, that's that side of it. But the side that you motherfuckers about to experience is the misery, man. You know, you people are about to be in a very miserable cause, man. Because all take place, there's not going to be no aid for you. See, brothers is going to be okay because our aid, our trust, our comfort is in these scriptures, and then our faith in how God shall shine. And that's what we bank on. Then we put our lives on the line for this. So when shit go down the pipe, this word is still gonna be relevant, man. Because everybody's gonna be looking for it. The scripture talk about it's gonna be a famine of the word before there actually be a famine of food and water. So the Lord is setting you up to where when these things come to pass, ain't gonna be no more repentance. Right now is the time of repentance. And the men who repent sincerely now and turn back, those are gonna be the men who seek comfort in these times, man.
I got one more to go down. This is Ezekiel 29. I'm going to start at 6 and come down. Ezekiel 29:6. And all the inhabitants of Egypt should know that I am the Lord, because they have been a staff of reed to the house of Israel when they took hold of thee by thy hand, right? Same thing. So Isaiah 31, all right? This place has consumed Israel, and they took Israel by the hand, man. And they walked hand in hand with each other. It says, when they took hold of thee by thy hand, what happened? Thou didst break and rent all their shoulder, and when they leaned upon thee, thou breakest and made all their loins to be at a stand. So when our people leaned upon Egypt, it looked like it was a staff of support, but in actuality, it was a backstab. It broke our people. Jump down to 16, and it shall be no more the confidence of the house of Israel. So that's what's going to be the result. Because the Lord is going to make it where this is not going to be a place of confidence no more for the house of Israel. It's not any Black, Hispanics, Native, and Central Indians. It says, this is Ezekiel 29 and 16, and it shall be no more the confidence of the house of Israel,
Right.
which
The confidence of the house of Israel. So you confidently get up in the morning, go to work, and confidently make sure that you got what you need to survive just based off of the abilities that you have in this kingdom. You know? But when all that's out the window, what's going to be
right. It says, right, because it's either choose, the Lord is doing it, it's like you choose who your God is. You serve. If you serve him, you serve him, this book is Satan. So you can see that that's exactly. Right, you know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, when the society comes down, it's like I said, which is God, which is money. So these people worship money, and they worship the man who issues out the world worships money as well, which is Esau. I can tell you in 2 Kings 3, well, they now want to command the Lord.
And this kingdom money is everything. Mammon is everything. Mammon is how you show your status. Mammon is how, you know what I mean, how you survive, how you eat, how you, you know what I mean, get around. You know,
Right. So you made it to where the person is virtuous, but the money makes you work something.
Right.
So that's why he saw he really about to do an ultimate demon move by switching the currency. Because you people already worship money. That's he already got you niggas by that. That's nothing. Now now we need to do more. Now we got them to worship the word. Now we need them to do more. Now it's time for you to physically become the fucking money.
That's right. Yeah. Bully and merge with your body. That's what the elect are being merged, like being one, like you said, they're being one with their power.
right.
And then on the left hand side, Esau is trying to make, you know what I'm saying, everybody conform and be one with the left hand power.
Right. What's the scripture say? Choose ye this day who you shall serve. The scripture say you cannot serve God and man. And the Lord is putting people in a situation where they got to choose because, like the scripture say, money is a defense and wisdom is a defense. And these are two of the main things that's keeping men alive today. Is money and wisdom. You know, the ultimate money is gonna have to be that wisdom at the time that we come into.
Right. It says Ezekiel 29 and 16, and it shall be no more the confidence of the house of Israel, which bringeth their iniquity to remembrance, when they shall look after them, but they shall know that I am the Lord. This is Ezekiel 29 and Ezekiel 29 and 6. And all the inhabitants of Egypt shall know that I am the Lord, because they have been a staff of queen to the house of Israel.
Isaiah 36 and 6. It says, "Though thou trust in the staff of the broken reed of Egypt," it says, "Whereon if a man lean, he will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him." Man. You know what I'm saying? So they are our people, man. They've been trusting basically in the systems that they have been in, man. The empires that they were in, the captivity they were in, they always trusted in those systems, minus the remnant. Because you got real quick, give me Isaiah 10 and 20. Real quick. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Get that.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 20.
That's the spirit, man.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
Right. They said they're gonna no longer stay upon him that smote him, because who have been smoting us? When you look at like nationwide, of course, every captivity, all the nations, they say what nation have not had a hand basically in our destruction. Right. But our main adversary, when you look at it from a biblical standpoint, Esau, Edom. And then you got certain like the Philistines and Moab too, like King David when he was born. It was like the main three nations that he was going against. But Esau, Edom, he's the chief adversary, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, "But shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth."
There you go. So the remnant is gonna stay upon the Lord, man. Because the remnant was basically gonna get to a point like, man, like, you know what, man, the hell with this system, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just put all my trust and faith in the Lord, man. And it shows through brothers' actions, man. Brothers might, have a job might leave a job or quit the job, the Lord bless you with something else, or you might have what they consider taking a leap of faith in certain scenarios in your life, where you literally gotta leave it into the hands of the Lord and know that He's gonna deliver you. So that's us leaning upon the Lord, man. Because when you lean upon somebody, it's like it's a support system. You know what I'm saying?
Trust.
Yeah, it is trust. You know what I'm saying?
It's the online etymology of the word remnant. It says remaining part for quality, that which is left or remains, contraction of remnant.
Right. So the rest that remains, those are going to be the ones. You read that back to me about Sean?
This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel,
Right. The rest that's left behind of Israel. The scripture talk about how two shall go into a field, one shall be taken. So the one that's the remnant is the one that's left. What's that quality? Yeah, it says remaining part of quality. Yeah, that says that which is left will remain. So the ones that are remaining,
and such are escaped of the house of Israel, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
right? So like the brother just was going into, they're not going to, put their trust in that one who smoked them, which is the one who's in control of our captivity, right? And right now, Esau Edom is the one who's smoking. So we're that remnant. Everyone else is still trusting and relying on them. But that remnant of Israel that's going to be remain, that's going to be left, not left behind, but just remain. They're going to come out of this place.
That's what the Lord was saying. And this is 2 Kings 18, we start at 20. It says, "Thou sayest, but they are but vain words. I have counsel and strength with the Lord. Now on whom dost thou trust that thou rebellest against me?" See, because our people trust in Esau. And so by their trusting in this society, they rebelled against the Lord. Right? That's why the next verse that we just brought out, it says, "Now behold, thou trustest upon the staff of this bruised reed, even upon Egypt." It says, "Even upon Egypt, on which if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt unto all that trust on him."
That this spirit that it came out twice. Like what Isaiah just basically quoted recent. And that one right there, and the one I read Isaiah 36, 66. The prophet quote from what that's why when you read the book of Acts, it was quoted like Joel about the daughters dreams and stuff like that. It was quoting y'all got it.
Yeah, I was doing. Yeah, you still have that piece up.
Hey, can I read the next verse like that? Because y'all brought it back home, because I was talking about the remnant. This is 2 Kings 18 and 22. "But if ye say unto me, we trust in the Lord our power, is not that he whose high places and altars Hezekiah have taken away and have said to Judah and Jerusalem, ye shall worship before this altar in Jerusalem?" So yeah, so like brother mentioned the remnant, that is a balance. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a group of people that actually trust in the Lord. Because
was not seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So we don't see how it's gonna be a way out of this. You know what I'm saying? We trust in the Lord that He's gonna make a way out of it, bro. When we walk like gypsy camps and centers and walk from governments and so forth. You know, we don't necessarily know how it's gonna play out. That's we have no trust. We have no choice but to trust in the Lord. Go ahead. I got it.
Isaiah 66, 4, and verse 5, kind of back on what you said. It says, I will also choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before my eyes and chose that in which I delighted not. It made me think of this precept we said earlier, people invested in rap careers, basically that Isaiah 30 spirit where they trusted more in the system as a whole instead of the system as to come. And the latter end of the verse, they did evil before my eyes. So everything that's outside of the law, statutes, and commandments, like Elder Yasawamba says all the time, that flood behavior. You know what I'm saying? It says, and chose that in which I delighted not. Excuse me. Lord, lists out plainly, what we're supposed to do to please Him. And verse 5, let's see. Go ahead. All right, God. It says, hear the word of the Lord, ye that tremble at His word. Men that tremble at His word are most likely you are going to be delivered. It says, your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake. It says, let the Lord be glorified, but He shall appear to the glory of His name. Shall be the same. So all the people, who abuse the hand of the Lord, the prophets, those are the ones who are going to be confounded in that day. During the famine of the word, where they seek to and fro, try to get answers to the chaos and the hell that's going on around them. Those are the same people who the Lord is going to visit with the dead.
Because people, when shit hit the fan, people be wanting answers, man. Yeah, they want answers, man. That's why you got something called a news, man, or a news anchor. He's there, but in this society, the news anchor is not there to actually inform you on what's really going on. He gives false information. He doesn't give you straight skinny, so to speak, man. But that's why the prophets are here. We're here to give you real news on what's actually taking place, man, and why it's taking place, man. Because when all hell breaks loose, man, look, them what's gonna happen is them people, because them news anchors are control opposition. What paid for? They gonna direct you to the nearest concentration camp, right? They gonna tell you, like how, like when Hurricane Katrina kicked off. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? What's the that came down there and helped? Yeah, FEMA. Yeah, FEMA. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They gonna send FEMA.
It's funny because the thing is, like I said, we speaking on FEMA and all this right now. Yeah, still, when that happened, what FEMA do? This video is on it. FEMA went in there, took your guns, took your kids. Took the guns. So like when they come with FEMA again, what's they want to do? Like people feeling in the spirit of something ain't right. Yeah. And they you really think what's the better thing? You take advantage of the motherfucker that ain't for your level, right? So why you think that they trying to come get your guns? They gonna get your guns. They already put legislation in there to get your guns. These things about to be like real holy, real heavy. Crime.
He said a mighty man should cry in bitter.
Bro, I was gonna mention that, bro, like when people die, man, it ain't like a fucking movie, bro. It's just like it's fucking real, bro. Like the soul just left the person, bro.
And the thing is this: the Lord puts a spirit on certain men to deal and see with certain stuff. So you know, like Samuel had. When we speak on Samuel, you gotta understand Samuel wasn't no regular guy. That's why when he walked in the town, they like.
Yeah, they do.
Right, like they watched judgment happen after this man came through. Judge is great humbling, like the brother word. Using reiterate what the brother said. It's a great humbling coming. And if you ain't right with the Lord, figure that out.
Look at Isaiah 13, verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
Around this time, that's when the Lord is going to restore his power and his name back into the earth. Like, everybody's going to know who's doing this, man. It ain't going to be no, JC, Iasus. Ain't nobody going to be calling on that name, man. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be looking for the prophets, trying to remember who's that name shit. How is they're going to be calling on that name, man.
But still saying that the truth comes to around the whole earth. So everybody done heard the warning. So when it started happening, they go, no, like, oh man, I'm talking about this. But I clicked on fucking YouTube and you put out fucking bad. But that's good, bro, because it only proves that the name got our side. Everybody else that's holding the book is not coming in this vibration of with those names, talking about the destruction, all right, coming against the so-called rapture doctrine and all these different things that's been pushing the earth. Said they're gonna know that the Lord had it. How they gonna know? Because we was preaching it, Yahweh. They was like, oh my God, Yahweh, the God of those is the one that's doing it. That's how the Lord is gonna make his name. When he bring that judgment, everybody heard what he said on the street, and they're gonna put two. The Lord has gonna have them put two together and say, "Oh, the power that they was talking about is the one that's doing it." Right? You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord not gonna come in the earth, and do all this, and then have his name displayed. And you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. This is me.
Right. And it started with the prophets. The prophets first time I read it.
That remind me of the situation where Jonah and the men was on the
Exactly.
They was like, who died for that, man? You know what I'm saying? Then Jonah had to confess. You know what I'm saying? They had to draw, they had to cast lots, you know what I'm saying? But they knew, like, because back then, people in the ancient world, man, they were way more spiritual, man. Like, even just that, like, even heathens, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, heathens too, like, you know what I'm saying? They were way more spiritual. Like, they knew, like, they people were aware of the spiritual realm. Yeah. They were aware of, like spirits that was roaming earth. They were aware of these things, man. But now, you don't even fucking know. That's why they was asking them. But not asking what they were saying. God is doing
it, man. Psalms 9, what you said, I'm gonna start at 16 when I went to 17. Psalms 9 and 16, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is there in the work of his own hands. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget the Most High.
Yeah, I was gonna say to bring that first verse back.
It says the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed.
Right, it said the Lord is known by the judgments that he executed. Like, because when you have something like like on news, they said this is like a biblical proportion. You know what I'm saying? Like it's clear as day that God is doing this, man. Like when certain like they got F1, F5 tornadoes, and they got those tsunamis that are like say on the biblical scale, earthquakes, sinkholes. Like they be like, God is doing this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, I take a water shot. Basically, people become aware, like the spirit hits them, and they become aware that the Lord is doing it.
Right. It says the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higion Salah, the wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forgot the Most High, or that forget the Most High. Just going back to what you said, like at one point in time, everybody knew the power that was executing judgment. Everybody knew the power on the other side. But because wicked has spread itself like a green bay tree on the earth, and it covered the whole earth going on to the floor, everybody's minds have been corrupted, and they forgot what true power is, or who the true power is.
Man, that's like in the time of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? In the time of Egypt, what did the Lord have Moses do? Moses and Aaron, they were messengers to warn Pharaoh, let the people go. Why did the Lord harden his heart? To show his power, man. To show his power by way of how he was about to, deliver Thwada. How he was about to deliver his people out of that Egyptian captivity. So that's all to show that this time being much more worse than the time the captivity of Egypt, and how the destruction is about to be worse than the time in that time period of Aaron and Moses. How much more the Lord about to show his name and glorify his name through his power, through his justice.
Right, because another reason why that's magnified like that is because Israel lost their identity.
See, right? Because we're attached to that vibration, that image, man. So when it's the only captivity we ever had where we completely didn't know who we was, man. Like as a whole nation. You know what I'm saying? So by that happening, it increased wickedness, man, at a higher degree. You see what I'm saying? Because that vibration of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai wasn't moving through the earth. The Lord had put it on hold, if you will, you know what I'm saying? Per se. You know what I'm saying? Then it came, then now it's coming back. So that's why you're starting to see everything happening the way it is, man. The Euphrates drying up and all these different signs on the earth. It's because the prophets have hit the scene again, because the name of the Lord vibration is moving to the earth again, man. That's why all this is happening, man. Got it.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, verse 4. And Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, I've sent unto you all his servants and prophets, rising early and sitting them, but ye have not hearkened, nor inclined your ear to hear.
And all the prophets have been brought back in this generation. In this time period, in this day, in this, in the captivity of America, so to speak, all the prophets have been back, telling you the same thing they were saying in the ancient world, man. But this time, we pushing it heavier, man, on the heavier level. Why? Because this is the end all be all. And the kingdom is we close to the kingdom. So the closer we get to the kingdom, the more the Lord is going to intensify the spirit on his prophets. The closer we get to the kingdom, the more the Lord is going to intensify the judgment that he's going to issue forth, man. The more we get closer to the kingdom, the more lower the Lord is going to bring down these heathens.
Verse 5. Thus said, they said, turn ye again now, every one from his evil way, and from the evil of your doing, and dwell in the land that the Lord hath given unto you and to your fathers forever and ever, and go not after other gods to serve them and to worship them, and provoke me not to anger with the works of your own hands, and I will do you no hurt. Yet ye have not hearkened unto me, said the Lord, that ye may provoke me to anger with the works of your hands to your own hurt.
Yeah, so they gotta understand, man. Like, the reason why we're out here, we're trying. The Lord has sent us out here to give you this message, man. You know what I'm saying? And this message can potentially save you if you're the Lord's elect, man. We'll talk about that in James 1, man. You know what I'm saying? Where was that? James 21, the mouth shot. Because this word, like, you look at it like, all right, there's just no, like this, like there's a process. That's why we read the book of Acts, like when those newcomers, a lot of those proselytes and whatnot, when they was coming in the fold, they had to get built up over time. You know what I'm saying? Like it took years to get built up. Why? Because it was going to be eventually a persecution that was going to start coming on the front of church. Just like now, man. That's why the scripture talk about being rooted and grounded and built up. Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, unmovable. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because why would it be speaking about those things? Right. It's speaking about those things because persecution arises. Because you got to understand what you're teaching, man. Like you are teaching, and you are in a complete opposition against what you're contrary to what this system. Here it is. You can't be having that mindset. You having walking around talking about, well, I'm not with this system, and he's pushing this system on you. Like he's going to consider you a threat. He's going to consider you a problem. So you have to be rooted and built up in what you believe in, man. Because he's going to push. This nigga going to push the issue, man. He like this dude. Esau ain't joking about his new world order, man. He's serious, man. He's about to show you. He's gonna express his authority. Yeah, because he know he got authority. Yeah. He just play the mind of the wicked people. Yeah. Oh yeah, because it's easier to make a slave think you free. Yeah. But when you realize you got to come out with a hammer, and he the hammer of the earth. Yeah. He's coming with it. He's coming with it, man. You know what I'm saying? And like that, we don't know exactly what's gonna transpire out of this the Queen's death. But like I said, man, I highly advise brothers to watch that Operation London Bridge, man. You know what I'm saying? It's very informative. They give a layout of what they plan on doing after the Queen's, I'm gonna say alleged death, man. Man, who fucking knows, man? Everybody is dead, man. Because that's the psyop that Esau uses a lot of psyops, man. And it's all due to control the mind, bro. Esau is heavily involved into witchcraft. Like I make mention of the shootings, man. You know what I'm saying? Like these shooters that they when they had Alex Jones up there on in court, and like just because he said he believed that happened, they brought him up on you know what I'm saying, on charges.
That's
man,
the
on trial
spirit.
shit.
We was just talking about this at the line yesterday, because at the end, like I was telling the person, just because the person screamed, I'm a Black Panther, doesn't mean that he really, because when you go into Black Panthers, you understand it's like the gang shit. A lot of people don't understand these gang leaders be Masons. Like a lot of them, like when you go into he was smoking drugs and trying to buy drugs at the end of the shit. So you had people that really believed in the whole Black Panther movement. That was low level. The ones on the upper echelon be tied in with them. Like
they informants. Like some of them in the situation, they be informants to get people to rouse up. It's like
they handlers, like literally
the agent provocateur.
Right.
Like you have somebody in the crowd, like the dude. A lot of people don't know. Like you got a crowd, like a Black Lives Matter. One of the few of the dudes are paid off to get the crowd, to get the people that's really, you know what I'm saying, like that's not kids, that's sincere, get them riled up, and then it, like, you know what I'm saying, like it's crazy.
That's why you gotta stay stuck to the scriptures. That's what the whole thing is. So if you in the right mind and you follow the scripture, you know, like you. That's why you're the teacher of the scripture. What do you call that again? Operation Brendan.
Yeah, it's called it's called smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was I put the definition there so brothers can understand what that is. Smoke and mirrors, it says the obscuring or embellishing of the truth of a situation with misleading or irrelevant information. Smoke and mirrors, man. That's what they do. It says the embellishing of the truth of a situation with misleading information. You know what I'm saying? They are misleading or misguide you, all right, so that you don't see the truth. You know what I'm saying? Media, witchcraft.
Medium.
You put like you pick up a book, you put half truth in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even with like certain things that brothers use for tools to amplify, you know what I mean, what we teach, man. Like the blue letter, for example, if you ain't learned in the blue letter, it goes off on certain situations, man. So he'll put half truth in there and half.
Can I add to this though? Because at the end, when the elder brought that out, the spirit, it wasn't like it is today.
Yeah.
So they purposely doing that now. You know what I mean? Because that's why the thing is, to get a book in written form is powerful. Because now everything is digital. You can go and digitally change, alter something easily. But if you got a book originally written, it's hard because they got to revise all the books.
Yeah.
That's when you go into revisions and things. Right. And then you come up with the second print of it. They are printing press.
Yeah.
So when they print out something like the Bible, that's how you know the power of the Bible. Bible printed out a major, like Cambridge and whatnot. They printed, and when they do a print press, it's like it ain't just like 10 books. It's like millions of books.
They show you that in that movie, the book of Eli. That's why they print it, right? So he got a last copy, because if I got a copy stashed away, you can say something. I'm like, bro, that don't say that.
So then I'm gonna show you.
Right. It goes against what's actually written.
James 1:21. It says, Wherefore lay upon all filthiness and superfluity of haughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your soul.
Right. So this word, Lord willing, is gonna save us, man, in the time to come, man. Because like the time is coming, man. It's the Chris saying, Daniel, it's gonna be a time like never before, man. So it's gonna be one type of hell breaking out, man. These people, they don't got nothing to clean to, man. Because like Esau clips the power. You got rolling blackouts. You know what I'm saying? That's been happening throughout the world. It's gonna happen on a more broader scale. When Esau clips the power and you can't get on Facebook Live and all the other stuff, because that's what our people do. And then like our people, they get on that Instagram Live and Facebook Live for comfort. They going through something, they want to see what the world got like to help them. Like, bro, if you ain't in tune with the Lord, and then you ain't none of that is gonna go null and void, man. Ain't none of that gonna matter in that day. It ain't gonna matter how much money you got. It ain't gonna matter how much status you got in that day. It's gonna matter your connection with your Yahweh outside and what you've been doing to please him, man.
It's the second Ezra 5 and 9. The salt water should be found in the sweet, and all friends should destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself in understanding, withdraw itself into its secret chamber. Right, and that goes into the mind. That chamber, the understanding is going to withdraw itself. That the men of the Lord has the understanding that they're pushing out.
It's going to withdraw itself from being accessible to the people of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is going to cause them to be in great confusion. It's going to cause them to upright because they're not going to know which way to go. It says, and shall be sought of many. See? And people are going to be seeking the answer. They're going to be seeking a form of what's the answer, man. What's actually happening. And yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness, so this is the result. It says, then shall unrighteousness and countenance, meaning the lack of control, be multiplied upon the earth. One land also shall ask another and say, is righteousness that make up a man righteous won't be? And it shall say, no. At that same time shall men hope but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper, man. So the point is that it said at the same time shall men hope but nothing obtain. So yeah, man. I forgot exactly how you put it, but yeah, man. Because of the understanding of what was drawn from the earth, man, there's not gonna be nothing that you can say something like that. Ain't gonna be do that day, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because at the end of the day, just like you said, you want to meaning lack of strength, but like I said, it's lawlessness. So, and in the scriptures, I was shouting on Matthew 24, goes into a time where basically people be sinning so heavily. So, the scripture in Revelation say the sins reach up to heaven. In this place, they trying to actually pass laws that a grown ass man loving a kid. Yeah. You gotta put that in my bitch. I need to watch a video and be mad reading the title. So, like literally, she's trying to basically push the narrative that literally you have people that have certain urges and it's okay. Yeah. She said it's okay that we have minor attraction. Minor attraction person. It's iniquity. Yeah. All right, so then, you got it, bro. I'm gonna say it's because then you got then you go into the law and you charge somebody as a sex offender for a grown man, basically dealing with a woman at the age of her flower, but she more than likely going to be young.
Right, but here it is, you're trying to deal with, establish things where you can deal with.
Right, so they can get away with it. You know, it's a motherfucking and that's why we call you a fucking hypocrite. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna literally, man, the devil. So this is Matthew chapter 24, and the point brother brought up Matthew 24 verse 12, and it says, and because iniquity shall abound, meaning it's gonna increase, the love of many shall wax cold. So, like the brother brought out in 2 Ezra chapter 5 about how the inconsistencies, meaning people gonna have because people gonna be about them. The scriptures always talk. What 2 Timothy chapter 3 talks about at the end of the last day, people gonna be bad. They're gonna be about themselves. So I don't give a fuck about you, skateboard, you know what I mean? Hey. So and listen, that's real because I'm gonna give a fuck about my brothers. Because I know they don't give a fuck about us. Though, like we are contrary to this place. Yeah. And if you don't understand that by doing this, then you ain't in the right spirit. You gotta understand that you literally got a whole book on your back, and the Lord gonna deliver you when you die.
Right, I appreciate it. Let's look at Acts chapter 14, verse 21. And when they have preached the gospel to the city and had taught many, but they returned again unto Lystra and to Iconium and Antioch, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Almighty God. Right. So, like when Paul and them and other disciples was going around teaching, they was letting them know what was happening, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like what was going to happen. And then that's why I said confirming the souls, like making sure like they grounded and rooted in what it is they believe, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what apostles used to be Apostle Torah and them, bro. They make sure like they all understand. Like I hear Apostle Boy say it like a lot of brothers don't understand what that is. Shalom. Damn, that's spirit, bro. Yeah, that is, bro. He stops somebody, bro. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said, what? I your son, okay, hey, God, that's for a lawyer. But that shows you too, like I said,
the apostles, they make sure brothers know what they into, man. Because the apostle before he said all the time, he said brothers know what they're involved in, man. This is your life, man. That's gonna be on the line soon.
And we just talking about the elders that watch over us. And because these the same brothers around us, the same brothers around that see the same doctrine in the other cities whatsoever. These the same brothers that want you to be firm as a rock, firm as a tree, unmovable, because we're coming to some time for this, and you might be shaking, you might be tested, and not just on the level that we do on a daily basis, die daily, but on the level of like, are we really for this?
That's why Scripture talks about counting the cost, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And making Yahweh Shah your foundation. So when that tribulation comes, in your house, it's like the upper like the hills.
But I'm gonna land back on what you said, count the cost. Counting the cost is also you like coming to grips that like y'all, I mean, my life, I could potentially die for this, man. That's something that you as a believer gotta kind of put in the context, man. That is a possibility, man. You know what I'm saying? Hell, man, it's a possibility every day, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why the scripture in Proverbs 27 in the first verse it said, "Both not of tomorrow, but thou knowest what not tomorrow bringeth," man. So shit, our life is in jeopardy every fucking day, man. They say that's in the curses, man. It says thy life shall hang in doubt, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck the Lord can happen to where you walk the fucking street and then a fucking car hits you, bro. Hey, one day can take everything out, man. One day can you can lose it. Yeah, change your whole life. You can lose everything that you ever had in one day, man. So that's why I done experienced that. Right. So that's why I'm out here. Get that. Yeah, get that. 1 Corinthians 15:51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep. 1 Corinthians 51:58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. You said be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the Lord. Go ahead. Always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Right, our labor is not in vain, man. We got we understand like there's a reward for this, man. You know what I'm saying? Not as though we're seeking one, but the Lord has promised a reward, man. And that reward is give me 1 John 2:14 real quick. That reward is basically the kingdom, man. If we overcome the wicked one, man. Because us overcoming this system, the Lord is going to give us what? He said, since you have thou good and faithful servant, I'll give you, what do you say? I'll give you, if you had that 10 times, I'll give you 10 cities. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. And so forth. You got that one? Oh, yeah, I think so. Give me that one, though. Give me that one.
2:14. I have written unto you, Father, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. Yep. I have written unto you, young men, because ye are strong, and the word of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, abideth in you. Go ahead. And ye have overcome the wicked one.
Yeah, the scripture talking about us overcoming the wicked one, man. The wicked one is talking in this system that he created, man. Because us overcoming it is going to have to deal with a lot of faith, man. Because Esau is going to have particular things thrown at us. You know what I'm saying, that we're vulnerable to, man. Like certain brothers that got children, man. You might be tempted. You know what I'm saying? Esau trying to kill children that day. You got a loved one, a wife. You might, you know what I'm saying? You might, hey, look, man, if you don't take this, this tiny technology, I'm gonna kill her. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have in your mindset when you go ahead then, man. Because ain't nothing worse than taking that MOTB, man. Because that's something that you can't repent from, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that and all of a sudden, well, Salaki, Lord, they have my wife. No, man. You know what I'm saying? No.
That's why you gotta be turning this place. That's why the Lord talk about enduring. It means to make hard. When your spirit is made hard, that means your emotions is not in the picture. You're not emotional. Every man of the Lord, every prophet, every apostle, every disciple, their emotions is not tied to the things of this world, man. That includes people in your own life as well, man. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, when you are presented with that situation, and then you got Esau trying to have you Esau present that ultimatum. If you don't do this, I'm gonna kill this. If you don't do this,
this is gonna be taken away. If you don't do this, I'm gonna kill you. You gotta be hard to the point. You gotta be emotionless to the point where you're like, okay, do what you gotta do. Because ultimately, you know, the Lord is in control of what's the narrative, man.
Yeah.
You know, because He can deliver you out the hand of Esau.
That's going back to what the brother said earlier. Going back to like what you're a part of, man. Knowing what you're a part of, those are counterpart. That's all a possibility, man. From any brother up here. You know what I'm saying? Like and that man, hey, when adversity hits certain brothers, man, they know, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta mention it earlier. Right now, the time we in, we gotta make sure we get spiritually built up so that when that time comes, we can stand. There's stability. Yeah, we're gonna be stable in that time.
Yeah, that's why Wishbone said that. He said, I commended those, Ezra said, I commended those that stood stiffly for the word, man.
Right, that means I'm moving. Something that's stiff, meaning don't move. Right, like that tree right there. That tree is grounded. It's rooted in the ground, so you just can't move. You will have to do the utmost work to get that tree. Even if you did cut it down, the stump, the root is still there.
Hey, the roots. That was what I said. 1915, 13. That was my heavenly father. But I ain't doing brothers that won't talk to me. I mean, because right now you can see us. You know what I'm saying? But you can't see the Lord. They watch everything.
Then in Romans 11 chapter, I was showing you.
Right.
First John chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Yeah, so you can't love this world, man. You gotta be completely detached from it. And these people, man, because these people, man, like they're for this system, man. They don't want y'all trying to come back and reign and us being in power. That's why our women and Esau and cahoots, they fight tooth and nail to stop Jake getting in power, man. Like seriously, man, they really with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they doing everything in their power because that going back to that pact that she made with the serpent, man. They doing everything they can to keep this white man down and the rest of the world, man. But guess what? It ain't gonna fucking happen, man. The Lord already got it. He already got it. It's written that, like brothers read, we're gonna overcome, man, and we're gonna inherit the kingdom, and we're gonna rule with the authority of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. He blesses with that.
That word love is the action word of the scripture. Our son said, if ye love me, keep my commandments. So if you love the world, that means when you keeping the commandments, if you love the Lord, you're gonna keep his commandments. That's obedience. If you love the world, that means you're gonna be obedient to the things of the world, right? So that means you're gonna abide by everything that the world stands for. And you know, in the scriptures, Job 9:24 talks about how the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. The world is the earth. So if you worship the world, you worship the wicked because he wants out the fucking earth.
Y'all was talking about counting the cost. Like when you come into this thing, you know, you're zealous. When you be zealous and shit, you know, you get the precepts, but you don't really look at the deep surface of it. You know, brothers, when I came up to the apostles, I didn't know about Operation Megiddo. So I didn't know about Rex 84, NDAA Act, you know, where they can just take you and lock you up indefinitely, man. Yeah. Now they got the FEMA list, the red, blue list, and all that shit. They said they come to get them whoever on that list at 4 in the morning, 2 weeks before Civil War breakout.
Yeah, man. Everything is on documentation, bro. So it ain't like you fight it and appeal it. They gonna pull up their documentation and show you like, well, this is written right here. We have documentation to show that we have the authority to do such and such. Right? That's how this nigga operate. He operate on paperwork, man.
They did that. Oh, I got one. Yeah, and then what you just said, but they did that. I don't know. I saw that video. It was like 2 years ago. I was over there. I don't know where was that. Walking to their house.
Oh yeah.
So hey, man.
Yeah, that's an HR 666.
Yeah, that's beautiful. This is just real quick. Hebrews 6:10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. That's it, man. That's the gospel, man. You know what I'm saying? We minister to his saints, we're still in the elect through the works and our labor of love that we're showing towards his name, man. You know what I'm saying? That comes with a doctrine of operation. That comes with the things that are
contrary to everything around us. Yeah. So therefore, it's going to cause all those legislation that's going to come on these rules and different things that they have signed and documents to come against it. They're going to use. That's what they make it for. They're preparing themselves to because Esau is wicked, bro. He's trying to do everything the Most High is doing, so he's trying to make it where he's seen as just. Because like when the Lord he builds up the iniquity and then he judge because he's a just power. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Esau is doing. He's trying to build documents to come up against the men of the Lord. He's trying to that's the point. He's trying to use it so he can justify him coming down. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro. Yeah, matter of fact, real quick before you get that, I'm gonna say Isaiah 10 1 and 2. The Jewish person read that first verse, and the second verse, you know what I'm saying? Go to 2. Yeah, then the second verse, read that Isaiah 10 and 1, and then hit verse 2. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you're speaking about the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Now, this is what Isaiah 10 and verse 1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed." Right, prescribed means the right before it. You know what I'm saying? Now keep reading. Hit that second verse. It says, "To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right of the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the father." Right, so he prescribes, he writes down these unrighteous decrees that the brother is talking about. It says, the second verse gives you the reason why, though. Right. Like when you read the second verse, it gives you the reason why he writes the wicked laws. It says, what the second verse say again? It says, to turn aside the needy, to turn aside the needy judgment, go ahead, and to take away the right of the poor of my people. And to take away the right of the poor of my people. So he writes down these laws to take away the right of the poor. Man, bro, it's like everything is in there, man. And then keep on. It says that the widows may be their prey. It says that the widows may be their prey because who did Esau Edom prey upon? The weak, man, which is women and children. That's why Scripture say, bind the strong man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it said that he may bring that part back about the widow. It says that widows may be their prey. Yep. And that they may rob the fatherless. There you go, man. So he's writing down these laws, man, so he can take advantage of our people, mainly the weak of our people. Because Esau Edom, he does not like confrontation with the men, bro. You a mo, man. He is, man. You a weak individual, man. Like the way Esau operates, you're not a real true man, man. He portrays this image of himself like he's a masculine. He has like these actors play these dominant roles. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll get like a you know what I mean? What's the nigga that play no, I'm thinking of the Planet of the Apes movie. Charlton Heston. He had these actors play these roles and have you look at Esau like in this great farmer's light. Like he's a just upright man. Meanwhile, you a wicked individual, man. Hey, you going down, man. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So I read 34 and 21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defrauded him thereof is a man of blood.
Right. And that's the thing, man. He's defrauding men of basic necessities, man. Because you need like as a human being, you need the things that Scripture speak about in the book of Sirach. With them, y'all, that's the thing. 35, 39, you get 39. You know what I'm saying? Like it said, the basic necessities of life is 39. Of course, this gonna lead into that verse 22.
It says, he that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. He that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder.
Right. So if you take away your neighbor's living, you basically a murderer. You know what I'm saying? You kill you. It's a slow kill, man. Because like I said, as a human, you need these things that the Scripture speak about that the brother about to get. It's like necessities, man. And he's taking away those things, man. You got that up. It might try 37.
39 and like 39.
Yeah, you gotta be there. It's two of them. Go ahead.
You start the main point?
Yeah.
It's Sirach 39 and 24. It says, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks into the wicked. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron and sword, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinner, they are turned into evil. There be spirits created.
So it said these are the principal things of men's life, bro. You need those things. And then you just read, when you take those things away, you're a bloodshedder, man. Because he's taking away these things. He's taking away, water, food. That's why you got the famines happening throughout the world, man. It's engineered. It's not like it's happening naturally. It's him deliberately doing these things, man. He's deliberately causing the famine. Why? So he can coerce or corral the people into him, into getting them to do what he wants, which is mostly receiving his MOTV, man. And now they talking about the boosters shots coming back, man.
Hey, because the earth is abundant, man.
Yeah.
The earth it lives.
Yeah.
So it's abundant.
Yeah. That's
Because the earth lives, man. So the brother had mentioned that is engineered, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's showing you that the people don't understand how the earth works. They don't know how vast the earth is, man. See, he's been all through the earth, man. All right, and he understand how, to some degree, how vast it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord mocked him and said, to search out the deep sea and the stars and so forth, Israel will cease to exist. So in his process of trying to do that, he's discovered different parts of the earth. You see, so that's how you know that the things that's on the earth, coming to the earth, are actually engineered, bro. It's not natural. These are not natural disasters. These are engineered disasters, bro. Something that he's accumulating so that he can afford it. It's NWO, man. Because the earth lives, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think, bro, the earth lives.
Yeah.
Everything is, it reproduces. It regenerates, man. And that's why the Lord said the earth would never be done away with, man. You see?
Yeah, it's like this dude is ruining. He's ruining like how the Lord set things up, man. But y'all got something.
Hey, because in that verse we have read, I read in Psalm 34. The next verse is saying, like, basically, like, you know what I'm saying? If you build and you tear down, you know what I'm saying? What's the you know what I'm saying? What's the profit or the labor, man?
Then they go into like if you touch a dead body, then go
Right. It's vain. It's no profit. There's no profit to it.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. And this is basically going into the mindset of these fucking devils, man, and how they know that their life is vanity. You know, so that's why Esau, he tries to do these different procedures to stay alive, man. You know, to prolong his life because, right. Also the upset prophecy, but he don't want to die. He don't want to be taken out of power. He don't want that judgment because he know his judgment. He know he's about to be going in shackles soon here, man. That's why he's trying to come down with great wrath. He said, well, shit, if me and my kingdom don't go, I'm taking that nation and I'm taking the nation with me. I'm taking everybody else with me.
Esau, he got like the verse said, he's afraid to die, bro. When you look at our forefathers, bro, they weren't afraid to die, man. They knew the process of how death works, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you go back to like Jacob and all them. They knew, you know what I'm saying? They would say like, hey, they're my father, you know what I'm saying? Esau, that nigga know, man, once he died, man, and obviously whatever into the kingdom, though, but he know you're coming back. But once he get the kingdom and he down this side, he come back and get reborn in the kingdom, he know he wanted slavery forever, man. And then until that 1,000-year period, and then he gonna get wiped away off the face of the earth, man.
Right, that's why Esau, he puts that fear tactic on the people to fear death, right? And then he puts out different philosophies of things that happens after death. Or you go here, you go to hell, you burn forever. If you don't want to die, don't die. You know what I'm saying? Because he himself doesn't want to fucking die. But actually in the scriptures say fear not death, man. Go ahead, grab that by
Book of Sirach, chapter 41, verse 2.
It says, "O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy, and unto him." I'm sorry. It says, "O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions."
Right, and that's Esau. He lived in that rest with his possessions. He got the earth in his authority. He got different nations in his authority. This nigga got the riches of the earth. He got the best of the best foods, best of the best wine. He can talk the best of the best women. You know, he's living a luxurious life. He got the best cars, the best housing. He got best land. Why would he want to die?
That's why you're afraid to die. It says, "O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possession, unto the man that have nothing to vex him." Right? A sumptuous paraphrase. You know, it said nothing to vex him. Here it is every day. Jay got to wake up to a fucking 9 to 5 or some shit. But this damn devil, he's sitting on the chair out there chilling. Nothing worrying him about nothing. It says, to a man that live at rest in his possessions, unto the man that have nothing to vex him, and that have prosperity in all things, yeah, unto him that is yet able to receive meat. Verse 2, "O death, acceptable is thy sentence." Right, because the first verse basically going to when you got those things, you living good, you don't want to die. Right. Then the second verse it says death. It says, read the second verse. It says, "O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy, and unto him whose strength faileth." Right, that's why I said death is acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Like to him, that's like, yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm fucking catching hell, man. Fuck it, bro. You know
That's
what I'm
like
saying?
Job was.
Yeah, you know.
Job catches so much hell. He was like, he was right, because the day I was born.
Hey, that was a beautiful point you just made before you read the verse too. But like that's to balance out the brother there, because you said our forefathers in the ancient world weren't scared of death. No, they weren't. You know what I'm saying? But the things that Esau pushed, they make our people scared of death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why everybody's scared to die. Because they don't know what happens after you die. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because Esau, he knows what's going to happen to him, but he also knows what's going to happen, you know, to the other nations and the Israelites, man. So he mainly pushed that fear tactic on Jake. That's why Jake's so fucking scared to die. Like, you watch Menace to Society. The nigga Cain was just living in fear all his fucking life, man. Making rash decisions, being impulsive and shit, man.
And that's why now you see the power of the scriptures, because there's plenty of scriptures that show you what happened when you died. So then your mind is at rest. Like that whole time before we woke up, a lot of us thought hell. You know, we thought hell existed, like the actual Christian version of hell. We thought when you died, you know what I mean, you just burned forever. That is a bugged out thought, man. That shit will have you like, I don't want to die. Like for real, I remember I used to believe that shit when I was in the world, bro. Like, yeah, a lot of us believed in that hell doctrine. Like, you thought you would die and get burnt forever, bro. You're like, man, so that would like stop you from like doing some, yeah. Like basically it's not being brave towards the Lord, man. Like if you imagine you do this trip, you do these scriptures, and you still thought you didn't know the breakdown to the hell doctrine. Right. You know you're Israelite, but you don't know the breakdown to the hell because you still die. Like, not come on, it's bugged out.
And that gives him control through religion. Yeah. Now he can be like, well, if you don't want to die, if you don't want to go to hell, you gotta do this. Yeah. And what you think they gonna do that? Yeah. Shit, I ain't. You know, I don't want to get burnt up for eternity.
But shows you that it was all control, like you said, bro, of religion. Because you talking about the devil was all red. He was really talking about himself. But he's literally talking about himself, bro. He's the devil. He's the red man. You know he's the red man.
You paint that animated ass, perception of what the devil looks like. But really, in so many words, that's a reflection of you. You saw.
It says, "O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy, and unto him whose strength faileth, that is now in the last age, and is vexed with all things, and to him that it says, and to him that desire and have lost patience." It said, fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee.
That's right, man. Because all of our forefathers were presented in those situations, man. Right? And delivered out those situations. All right, was not Ananias Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, right? They was presented with death, went through the fire, got delivered out of that situation. Stephen was presented with death. He actually died and was stoned to death, right? Paul, he was presented with death, came back from the fucking grave, man. You know? But we just read it, right, more than once. On top of that, we just read in Wisdom of Solomon 2:1, he say that neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. That's Esau's thought, man. That there was no man known to return from the grave. Yahushua did it. You know what I'm saying? Paul did it. It's okay. Is it impossible? No, it's not impossible, man. All things is possible for Yahushua who strengthens us.
Yeah, I just want to make a point on there too. Like, see, prior to the Lord like being resurrected, they really, that was like unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got reincarnation where you die, you come back every 3 or 4 generations. But for somebody to actually die and then be risen back up a couple days later, that was unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Prior to the Lord doing it, you know what I'm saying? He was basically the first person to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like to die. You know what I'm saying? Well, he resurrected that.
Yeah, but
Elijah did it though.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he was like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It says, and that come after, for this is the sentence of the Lord. It says, fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee, and that come after. For this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh. They say over all flesh. The sentence of death is upon all flesh, man. So hey, when these devils they get like fucking 10 heart implants because they feel like they flesh don't deserve death, man.
You know, what you say that's the sentence of the Lord over all flesh. The scripture say that precious is the death of the saints. Precious is the death in the sight of the Lord. The water. Precious is the death of the saints in the sight of the Lord. So anytime you got a martyr, brother has to be basically sacrificed in that matter for righteousness' sake, that's a precious thing. That's why I said it pleased Yahushua to bruise him, man. Because it was the purpose behind what he was dying for. But a bugged out nigga think, well, if the Lord loved me, why he got me going through this shit? If the Lord loved me, why? Because in Hebrews the 12th chapter, it said the Lord chastened them who he loved, right? And dealeth with them as sons. If he chastened you not, you're a bastard, man.
I was holding that Wisdom Psalm 3 earlier, but it goes just said, he said, I tried to prove it worthy for myself. For his life,
right? It's all for his glory, man.
Next verse says, and why art it says, why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? It says, this book of Sirach, chapter 41 and verse 4. It says, and why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? There is no inquisition in the grave, whether thou hast lived 10 or 100 or 1,000 years.
This word inquisition in the online etymology, it says an act or process of inquiry, a searching into, a seeking legal examination, a seeking of grounds for accusation.
Yeah, so ain't none of that in the grave, man. When you upon your deathbed. Hey, but you know another reason why that goddamn devil feared death is because he know his ranking in the Shemayim. You know, he know that he the basis of men. He know that he on the low level. But for us on the other side, like the brother just quoted, you know, pleasant is the death for the saints. In the sight of the Lord is the death for the saints. You know, because when we go back to the spirit world, we go back to Yahweh Shemashah, right there with him.
Right. You know, another reason why it says there's no inquisition in the grave is because you are seeking. There's no seeking for an answer. There's no seeking for anything because everything is brought back to your knowledge, man.
Right.
When you're in the spiritual realm, you're at rest, you're at peace. But you also know what's going to happen when it's time for the Lord to, you know, to judge.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's either like if the queen, if it's dead, she in the spiritual world. She at rest, she at peace. So she cool right now, but she know her fate that she gonna go in them shackles, man. She know her fate that her spirit gonna be going in the fire. And if the kingdom of heaven, she's gonna be a slave to the Israelites.
busting the grave, studying the scriptures of the grave. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, so once again, like when you at your grave, you know that the day of the Lord is coming. You know, that's the only thing that matters. You know, verse 5. It says the children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their prosperity shall have a perpetual growth.
Right. Yeah, that's what we saw. He get these riches, built these riches up, and when he reached the point of his death, he passed it down to his children, man. All that shit gonna be all the shit Esau swallowed up is gonna be spit back out, man. You know what I'm saying? All the inheritance, all the land, all the riches, all the shit that he got through his wickedness, his killing, rape, robbery, and deceit is going to be brought to an end, man.
Right. That's another thing that's going to the grave is this devil's riches. Like the scripture say, riches duly sure
Like wings and fly away.
Fly away unto the heavens, man. Because that's what the Lord gave it to. But everything is.
Let me grab that.
Go ahead. I got
John 20:15. He has swallowed down riches. He shall vomit them up again. The heavenly Father shall cast them out of his belly.
everything that they took from us, they will give it right back. By force.
Yeah, by force. The scripture say the saints shall take the kingdom, man. When you take something, it's not an exchange where y'all come to an agreement and I'm gonna give. No, you're gonna take it by force, man. All right, and in order for us to take the kingdom, the Lord has to bring us up on a godly level, which means He got to change our bodies, man. Because we can't take shit right now. We're not in power.
You take something, you take hold of it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You take hold of it.
James 5:1. It says, "Go to now, you rich man, reap and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold, your silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Yeah, heap treasures together for the last days."
That's right, man. Because Esau, he's storing up all of these things, man. He's storing up different artifacts, gold, silver. I'm talking about real shit, not the shit that Esau put out here for you niggas to sell to each other. I'm talking about real gold, real silver, real riches. Because Esau know them RFN knows that's not real money. You know that. So Esau, he got the real riches hitting in his own facilities, man.
And this devil, he dilute the gold that Jake wearing today. Jake think they got fooled. He be diluting that shit. He got the real gold.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And like this nigga, Esau, man, he pouring all these resources to himself, man. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, bro. People out here fucking homeless, man. And this man got the ability to change what they call poverty. You know what I'm saying? On a global level, but he won't do it, man. That's
You said what?
One of them.
Yeah, one of them, bro.
Change everybody's life in the world.
we talked about it earlier. Niggas sending millions to Ukraine. Yo, back door.
Hey, this nigga drinking $500,000 glasses of wine called Screaming Eagle. $500,000, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
And he don't even utilize the shit, man. Right? He just got the shit sitting there. You know what I'm saying? It's just sitting there. You could be using it to help benefit the people that you're governing.
Hey,
man.
think about the cars. They was going into how does this devil have major lots where all the new cars that people haven't bought, they just sitting there, and then when the new cars come out, they put them on their lot. And it's like, why niggas riding the bus? You can just give everybody a car.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Like he's known as the red horse, man. To take peace to her, man. So he ain't like Jake keep thinking one day Esau gonna change, man. Like he ain't gonna change, man. Like I really hate talking to Jake about their problems, man, because they like, man, well, maybe if we get a good president, no, dude, this nigga is gonna keep being the devil, man, until we lock his ass. Well, shit, until he dies, man. Until the king come, man. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got any close things though? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 51:25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth. That's a couple things he said up here. Esau is responsible for the state of the nation to the left hand power. How about shot? It says, which destroyeth all the earth. I will stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks and will make thee a burnt mountain. So how about outside is going to take this devil off the moon dominion of Israel is going to start.
That's why
Your demise begins.
that's why we out here. Tell you other nations you are judgment and return Israel back into their righteous state. All right, so with that being said, Lord willing, this was another edifying week of camp, giving all glory, honor, and praise to you.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Wakabadash.
Always double honors. Double honors to our apostles and elders who were well within the ministry and taught us this about the truth. Shalom, shalom, Allah, Allah,
Abba, Soon.
Here it is.